channel. Today's video is going to be a questions and answers video. I get asked so many questions about Slimming World on my social media channels, so I thought it'd be a lot easier just to try and answer them all in the video. So I'm going to go through them in my little book one by one, and hopefully this will answer some of the most common questions. So first of all, do I track macros or count calories? No, I don't. I follow Slimming World. So the great thing about food optimizing is you don't actually need to count calories, you don't need to track macros, you don't have to weigh everything. As long as you follow the plan 100%, then you will lose weight. So I don't want to be one of those people that tracks calories every single day or counts macros, and I don't think mentally it's that great for you. I think you can get quite obsessed with it. So I would rather just follow a healthy lifestyle, which is what I'm doing by food optimizing. So question number 2, where can you buy wheat bran? Oh my god, if I had £1 for every time I got asked that, I would be a millionaire. So wheat bran, you used to be able to buy it in Asda, but I believe they've stopped stocking it. So this is what I use to make my little cakes, and I buy mine now from Holland & Barrett. So what are my grab and go breakfast ideas? So quite a lot of people ask me about quick easy breakfast ideas. So number 1 would be overnight oats, where you layer your porridge oats and your fat-free yogurt and your fruit. Frozen fruit I find works best, and then you just put it in a nice little jar and leave it in the fridge, and then stir it up in the morning and just eat it. So that's really, really quick. I also like egg wraps, so like an omelette, but actually using it as a wrap, and you can just fill it with whatever you want, ham, anything really, mushrooms, tomatoes. You can actually put a cooked breakfast in the slow cooker. I don't know if you've ever tried to do that. So before you go to bed, you could just pop it all in the slow cooker, and then get up in the morning and your breakfast would be ready. You could do that with porridge as well. We've also got hi-fi bars, so grab and go. Dried fruit, you can get sachets of porridge now that are 40 grams, so you could use those as your B choice. You've also got fruit, obviously. You could cook some sausages the night before, or you could just snack on things like boiled eggs. So another question, becoming a consultant. So how do you become a consultant? Would I recommend being a consultant? And the answer is definitely. I've actually worked for Slimming World now for, it's going to be coming up to over 11 years now. And I started my role a little bit different. I started off as a manager, then I became a consultant. The consultant role is just one of the most amazing jobs ever. I call it a job, but it doesn't really feel like a job. You're actually paid to care about people, which if you're naturally caring and you are genuine and you really, really want to help people and you're passionate about Slimming World, then you will make a really successful consultant. So the best thing to do is, if you're thinking about it, is find out either from your consultant or email head office. There's a link on the Slimming World website, and just find out when your next local opportunity events are. Where we live, we do them a lot on a Saturday or a Sunday, and it's just a couple of hours where you can just go along and hear all about the role, and then if you decide it's for you, then they'll give you a follow-up call afterwards and you can go from there. So it's amazing. I would definitely say go for the consultant role. So, do I have all my sins every day, and do I ever save them? I get asked this a lot, especially because I did lose my weight really quite quickly. When I lost my 3 stone originally in 3 months, I didn't have all of my sins every day. No, I didn't. And that's only because I didn't need them. I used to fill up mainly on free food and speed food, and then I'd probably have about 5 sins on a packet of crisps or a hi-fi bar or something like that. I just didn't feel like I need them. Now I tend to use a few more. I have things like the protein bars that are like 5 sins, or I do use hi-fi bars, and I have quite a lot of choc shot. But it's very, very rare I go up to the full 15, just because I don't personally feel like I need them. But if you want to, they're there. They're absolutely. It's 5 to 15. So if you feel like you need 5, have 5. If you want 10, have 10. If you want 15, have 15. You will still lose weight. I don't save them because to food optimise 100%, it's 5 to 15 sins a day. If you need flexible sins for a special occasion or something like that, the idea is that you would then think, how many do I need to still be in control but enjoy myself, and then set an upper limit and work backwards. So if I've got an event or like a night out, like last night, so I definitely went over my sins last night, then I would just get straight back on plan then the next day. So I don't bank them, because if you start saving sins, you're going to feel really, really restricted through the week. So you're going to feel like you're on a diet, and then you're going to blow out every single weekend. And that's not a healthy cycle to get into. So yeah, that's my answer on sins. So what else have we got? Top tips. I always get asked, what are your top tips? How did you lose weight so quickly? I did an entire video on how I lost my 3 stone, and a lot of the top tips in there were mainly about your mental attitude really, and mainly about keeping positive and just never ever giving up. For me, it was definitely the speed food, and my group will laugh if they watch this. I think they think I'm the speed police. But yeah, definitely, it's really important to get 1/3 speed food actually on the plate. So not on the side, not eating a load of satsumas after you've had your dinner. Physically taking off some of that free food and putting 1/3 speed food on your plate. So, SP meals, I did a whole video on SP as well. And if you follow my Instagram and my Facebook page, most of my meals are SP. I do eat carbs. I'm having a roast dinner in a minute with some roast potatoes. But I do like a lot of SP meals. So if you want SP ideas, just follow me on Instagram or Facebook. How do I maintain? So I am slightly out of target at the moment, actually. I'm not at my lowest weight, but I have maintained more or less for over 15 years now. And how I maintain is by changing my lifestyle. So this is the way I eat, and this is the way I'll always eat. So I decided a long time ago that I didn't want to feel how I used to feel. So I find it really, really easy just to maintain, because this is just me now and this is how I eat. If I have a flexible weekend, then I just get straight back on plan. I don't actually call it on plan or off plan. I'm not very fond of that terminology, because that would imply that it's a little bit like a diet. You're on it or you're off it. For me, it's just what I will always do. So there is no on and off, there is no good and bad. It's just the new groove that I'm now into, and I will always eat this way. So the gym, I get a lot of questions about the gym. So how often do I go to the gym? Obviously, you can see by looking at me, I'm not the perfect role model for the gym. I do try and work out, but I'm not one of these muscle women that you see on Instagram, or these super skinny girls that are really into the gym. I exercise for 2 reasons. One is for just my mental health really. I think when you exercise, it makes you feel really good, and it's one of the only times that I'm off my phone or off my iPad. So I make it a priority to try and go at least 5 times a week. So I tend to go in the mornings, because I work from home, because I've got an amazing job as a manager and a consultant. I get to work from home. So I normally get up early and get it done in the morning. I do a lot of classes, so I do spin, I do body pump, which is my favourite, which is the weights. I also do sprint. I've got into Insanity recently as well. I sometimes do body attack and body combat. And then I have had personal training as well. So yeah, I just love going, and all the people at the gym are so lovely. So it's just a bit of a social thing as well. I get asked a lot if the gym affects my weight loss. If I go a lot, it can slow my losses down, I'm not going to lie. I will feel slimmer, but I don't tend to get those big weight losses on the scales. And it can be a little bit disheartening, but I think it's really important to focus more on how you look really, and how you feel in your clothes, and not always get too obsessed with the numbers. So with exercise, as long as you're eating right and you're following the plan and you're drinking plenty of water, your losses are definitely going to start to show. A pound of muscle weighs exactly the same as a pound of fat, it's just smaller. So yeah, that's my answer to the gym question. So, tips to shift the last few pounds. Now, the first pound you'll ever lose will take the same effort as the last pound you'll ever lose. The reason why the last couple of pounds sometimes feels a bit more difficult to lose is more the psychological side of slimming than the physical side of slimming. You've probably already started to feel better about yourself, and you might have got a little bit complacent. So things like measuring your milk or not using your measuring spoons, things like that, that can actually then hinder your weight losses. So it's not necessarily that that the plan's not working or anything like that. It's more that you're feeling a bit better about yourself, so you're perhaps not on it 100%. So you can always go back to basics. You could try doing an SAS logging group. You could maybe look at doing a food diary, and that last few pounds will definitely come off. And when you get to target, you will feel amazing. So I also get asked about tools and what do I use to stay focused. There's a few things that I do. I'm not obsessed with food diaries or anything like that. I don't write everything I eat down. I don't meal plan. I've been doing it long enough now. It's just a way of life for me, so I don't need to do that. I do think food diaries are excellent tools though. We have a lot of tools as consultants that we can use to help you. I quite like the for and against list. I think that's a really, really powerful tool, and I also use quite a lot of visualization. For me, I think what motivates me the most is if I've got something to look forward to where I want to feel good. So whether that's a holiday, a wedding, a night out with slim friends, meeting all my gorgeous blogger friends that I'm going to be doing soon. That's keeping me motivated at the moment. We're having a little reunion, so watch this space. Then I also use clothes, so I'll buy a dress maybe that I might not be able to get into and use that as my motivation. Before and after pictures is massively motivational, whether it's my own, looking back and thinking I never want to look like that again, or looking at my after pictures and thinking, yeah, that's where I want to stay, or other people's. I'm massively motivated by transformation pictures, because at the end of the day, you've got to think, they're no different to you or I. They're just people that have stayed motivated and got to where they want to be. So if they can do it, so can I. So I love, love, love Instagram. Instagram is obviously where I photograph and put a lot of my meal photos on. I find photographing your food massively keeps you on track. So that is key. And also, I just want to be a really good role model. I'm a consultant and a team developer for Slimming World, so I've worked for them now for a long time. And for me, I just want to feel confident when I stand up in front of my members. Now, you must never, ever, ever judge a consultant if they've lost their way on their journey, because you don't necessarily know why they might be struggling at the moment. They might have things going on in their lives. It's really quite common for a lot of consultants to find it difficult to keep their weight off. And the main reason for that is usually because they care about their members more than they do about themselves. And once they become consultants, all their focus goes on to the members, and they just stop taking care of themselves a little bit sometimes. And we're all human. You know, I'm not at my target at the moment. I'm a little bit over target. So it doesn't mean that we can't do our job, because we've all had the training and we've got loads of experience with helping loads and loads of members. But just for me personally, to be able to stand up in front of people, I'm more confident when I'm slimmer. So that definitely keeps me motivated. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I make collages as well of like progress pictures, and if I'm struggling I'll look at those. And I don't have any signs or photos or anything up next to different cupboards, but I try not to buy a lot of the foods that I know are my triggers. So if there's something like peanut butter or something like that that I know, as soon as I buy a bar, not a bar, as soon as I buy a jar, then I'm going to eat the whole thing. So yeah, I don't really have those things in the house, so that definitely helps as well with maintaining. I think that's quite an important tool, if you like, to stop you from self-sabotaging. So, any more questions? My losses per week. So I used to lose between 4 and 3 pounds most weeks, and that was definitely down to, you guessed it, speed food. So I was 100% on plan. You can watch my other video, as I mentioned earlier, about my journey, but that was my average weight loss. I had quite a few blingy stickers on my book, which I was very proud of, and I did win Slimmer of the Week a few times and Slimmer of the Month, and I find that massively motivating. So yeah, they were my average weight losses, and they added up to me going from a 16 to a 10 within 3 months. So it's doable, guys. You can do it. So that's all the questions that I got asked recently. If there's any other questions that you would like me to answer, I will try my very, very best. If you want to pop them in the comments below, I can always look at doing another video. And if you can give the video a like, or if you can subscribe, that just really helps to support my channel. And I just love hearing if my videos have helped any of you. So please do pop a little comment or feel free to share the video. So thank you so much for watching. I love doing these videos. It took me a long time to pluck up the courage to do them, but I actually really enjoy doing it now. So thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.